Namaste and very hearty welcome to all of you to this very special program, which is based on Mars and Ketu Yuti in Leo sign. Mars and Ketu conjunction in Leo. Mangal Ketu ki Yuti Sinkh Rasi में. Or it's a very special time, so I thought we must talk about this. This is the amazing time for spiritual evolution. Many astrologers are talking about a lot of destructions will happen, natural calamities will happen, accidents will happen. To a great extent, that is true. All negative aspects are promoted in a very big way on YouTube. Okay. I want to tell you something absolutely positive about Mangal Ketu Yuti in Sinkh Rasi and what best advantage we can take for this 52 days. 2 days are already gone, 50 days are there with us, and we can really do wonderful job in these 50 days. So I thought without wasting a day, we must talk about it. And those spiritual seekers who are ready, they can start working. Okay, wonderful opportunity for all the spiritual seekers. So, see where everything starts. Ketu had already transited to Leo on 18th of May 2025. And recently on 7th of June, so 2-3 days back, Mars joined Ketu in Leo. Okay, but they are far off. So Ketu is very far off, almost 28 degrees difference is there. As they go closer to each other, which will be around 15th June to 25th June, that is the time that the close Yuti will happen. So what most of the astrologers are talking about when Mars and Ketu meet in Leo, what most of the people are talking, and which has some truth. Let me tell you what is that. See, Mars is Agni Tattva, fire element. Ketu is also fire element, and some people say Ketu is fire plus air. Even if you consider fire plus air, it's more dangerous. And Lord of Leo is Ravi, Surya, Sun. So that also makes it a Agni Tattva. Now, two major Agni Tattva planet in Agni Tattva Rasi is too much of a fire. And let's understand the characteristics of each of the planet, Mars and Ketu both independently. And then we will club it and we'll understand how the things work. So Mars is a very dynamic planet. It represents energy. It also represents impulsiveness. Mars means impulsiveness, fast action. Mars also represents army. Mars also represents rockets, all arms, ammunition, all defense related items. Mars internally within a person represents sexual energy. Mars also is Senapati, the chief of the army. Now, very dynamic chief of the army, arms and ammunition, sexual energy, if you see all these things and relate it with the Ketu, which is going to meet. So Ketu is a headless planet. In the visual itself you saw, Ketu does not have head. So when Ketu and Mars meet, people act impulsively without thinking. You know, there's a very beautiful word in Marathi which I like. There's a word called bindok. Correct? My pronunciation may not be right. I am not a Maharashtrian, but I listen to this word, headless. Bindok means headless. So Ketu is headless. And when a headless planet meets the planet of impulsiveness, planet of army, planet of too much of dynamism, too much of energy, what can happen? You can imagine. So many people may act impulsively too fast and get into the trouble. Mars also represents anger. Ketu is headless, which means what? If you make mistake in communication, it may invite anger or angry reactions. Okay. Now, two dangerous fiery planets coming together in your horoscope. In which house? Suppose if your Lagna is Aries, then this UT is in Leo. So it will be in the fifth house. Okay. So fifth house means what? Love affair, children, education, all that thing. So those who are having their first love affair in the life, okay, the anger, Ketu means also Kaichi, which means what? During these 50 days, that love affair will break. Youngsters, be careful. If you are in education, okay, there are many people who may decide that, okay, I want to drop out, no more education. Lots of people will drop out from school education, college education. Okay, suddenly that thought will be there, I want to drop out. So that is love affair, education, and children. Children tell you something. If you are a Aries Lagna, okay, you may lose your head and start firing. There may be angry communication with the children if you are a Aries Lagna person. Okay. Basic. Now suppose if you are a Aquarius Lagna person, 11th is written, number 11 is written in your Lagna. Then Mangal Ketu Yuti is in the 7th house, which means what? All people with Aquarius Lagna, they may have trouble with the wife, with the spouse. Because headless planet Ketu with too much of angry planet Mars in the 7th house means a lot of anger, and it can, if it goes too ahead and people are not careful, then Aquarius Lagna people may get divorce. So very high risk of divorce is there. You will see if Aquarius Lagna person is only Ketu in the 7th house, means chances of divorce are very high, or only Mangal in 7th house, which means chances of divorce are very high. And this time, okay, if the things go wrong, the divorce will happen. So it is that risky. And that is the negative aspect from the personal relationship point of view also. So it's not risky for everybody. We talked about Aries. Okay, the Yuti comes in the 5th house. We talked about Aquarius, it comes in the 7th house. So in which house in your horoscope this Yuti is there will decide its effect on you. But when we talk of overall things, we consider as a Kalpurus Kundli, which is a Aries as the 1st house, Lagna. So it's happening in the 5th house. So in the Kalpurus Kundli, because it is happening in the 5th house, which is the house of love affair, education, children. These are the three major aspects that we see. It is also the Purva Karma, Purva Punya, your past life karmas. So, love affairs may break. People may feel like dropping out from the education or have a very impulsive decision about choosing their line and all. People may face problems with children overall, world over. Children may become very rebellious because Ketu Mangal, which means children's behavior will be headless, angry, rebellious. And what else? Love affair, education, and Purva Sanchit Karma. That's another very dangerous thing. Lots of cases of karmic entanglements will come out. Because this is also the Purva Sanchit Karma, 5th house. So lots of Purva Sanchit Karma may emerge suddenly, and Ketu means anything can happen suddenly. Mars Ketu means impulsive decisions. So things may go extremely haywire. Morning you are okay, afternoon some message comes, evening you are in deep trouble. This kind of things. So from 7th of June to 18th of May, this UT will be, 28th of July. 7th of June to 28th of July, this UT will be there. And so up to 28th July, person has to be careful. Okay. Now, you understood what is Mars, what is Ketu, what the combination does. but we only focused about what astrologers are talking, the negative side. Now let me tell you my opinion about it, okay? What I have told you, other people's opinion. Generally known by astrologers, all the videos on YouTube, if you see Mangal Ketu Yuti, everybody talking of these things. My own understanding is, if you do certain aspects in your life, which is basically the spiritual sadhana, अगर आप आध्यात्मिक साधना करते हो तो मंगल केतु का जो युति है वो आपको अति उत्तम फल देगा, क्योंकि केतु वी कंसिडर एज द मोस्ट स्पिरिचुअल प्लैनेट। ओके, अगर आपको कुछ तकलीफ है दुनियादारी के हिसाब से रिलेशनशिप में, तो केतु के कुछ इलाज है, कुछ रेमेडी है, मैं आपको पहले बता देता हूं, बिकॉज दिस क्वेश्चन विल कम एट अ लेटर स्टेज अदरवाइज। केतु का बहुत अच्छा उपाय है आध्यात्मिक साधना करना, सबसे अच्छा उपाय ध्यान धारणा करना, क्रिया योग सीखना। दूसरी बात है, जिनको भी समझो सप्तम में केतु है और डाइवोर्स की बात चालू है, लेकिन डाइवोर्स नहीं चाहिए, तो बहुत सरल सा एक इलाज है, दो इलाज बताता हूं। एक तो स्ट्रीट डॉग को मीठी रोटी खिलाने, नॉट द बिस्किट्स। इफ यू गिव बिस्किट टू द डॉग्स, इट्स नॉट हेल्दी फॉर द डॉग्स, ओके? तो मीठी रोटी, आप भाखरी ले लो, उसके ऊपर गुड़ लगा के कुत्ते को खिला सकते हो, स्ट्रीट डॉग्स को। दैट इज द remedy for Ketu. And second most important and the best remedy for Ketu is because Ketu is known as Dwaja Graha. Dwaja, it represents the flag. अगर आप ऑरेंज कलर का फ्लैग, कोई भी मंदिर छोटा मोटा होगा, अगर मंदिर के ऊपर फ्लैग नहीं है, ध्वजा नहीं है, ध्वज नहीं है, तो आप लगा दो। वो करने से केतु की पीड़ा नष्ट होती है। तो जिनको भी केतु की मेजर इफेक्ट है, केतु की महादशा या तो केतु की अंतरदशा चल रही है और रिलेशनशिप में प्रॉब्लम आ रहे हैं, तो कोई भी मंदिर के ऊपर झंडा लगा दो भगवे कलर का, ऑरेंज फ्लैग, ओके? दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट रेमेडी। और स्ट्रीट डॉग को मीठी रोटी खिलाना, ये दो बहुत अच्छी रेमेडी है केतु की। ये रेमेडी करने से आपको काफी कुछ राहत मिल सकती है। लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि केतु जो है वो आध्यात्मिक ग्रह है, स्पिरिचुअल प्लैनेट है। केतु इज अ वेरी स्पिरिचुअल प्लैनेट एंड मार्स रिप्रेजेंट्स सेक्सुअल एनर्जी इन योर बॉडी। देखो, रोमांस की सारी बातें आती है तो शुक्र को देखते हैं, फैमिली एक्सपेंशन की बातें आती है तो हम गुरु को देखते हैं, सेक्सुअल रिलेशनशिप्स की बातें आती है तो हम मंगल को देखते हैं, 8th हाउस और 12th हाउस को देखते हैं, उसको बेडरूम कहते हैं। आपकी कुंडली का 8वां घर और 12वां घर को बेडरूम कहते हैं। तो अगर मंगल 8वें में या तो 12वें में आ गया तो उनको सेक्सुअल इंपल्सेस विल बी वेरी हाई, ओके? और एक्स्ट्रा मैरिटल अफेयर्स वगैरह भी हो सकता है। 8वें या तो 12वें में मंगल पहुंच गया तो तकलीफ हो सकती है। अब ये सारी तकलीफों रोकने का बहुत सरल सा इलाज है, अभी समय आया है, इसीलिए आज हमने ये डिसाइड किया, लॉन्च किया। एंड गुड, देयर आर 51 पीपल। आई वाज वंडरिंग whether people will come because it is too short a notice, but happy 50 people are there. ये जो समय है वो सेक्सुअल एनर्जी को स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए अति उत्तम समय है। तो कुछ समय पहले, 4-5 साल 6 साल पहले हमने बताया था, आई डोंट इवन रिमेंबर व्हेन इट वाज, अराउंड कोरोना टाइम, व्हेन कोरोना केम, आई थिंक आई हैड बीन टीचिंग ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया। और तभी हमको जूम का इतना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था, लाइटिंग वगैरह अच्छी नहीं थी, लैपटॉप अच्छा नहीं था, तो रिकॉर्ड नहीं हो गया। सो ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया इज नॉट गॉन ऑन द LMS, वी डोंट हैव अवेलेबल, ओके? और लाइव सिखाया था, कुछ लोगों ने सीखा, बहुत लोग नहीं सीख पाए आगे क्योंकि वो LMS पे नहीं गए। So a lot of people wanted to learn, and our Anand Suryanarayan said this is the right time. He posted on some of the groups and also I thought it's good to restart the whole thing. See, Mangal means sexual energy. Ketu means spiritual sadhana. If you do a spiritual sadhana that converts the sexual energy into the spiritual energy, then this is the right time. इसका मतलब कि अभी जो समय चल रहा है वो ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया करने के लिए अति उत्तम समय है। ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया करने से सेक्सुअल एनर्जी का स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी में कन्वर्जन होगा तो मंगल केतु युति के सारे दोष निवारण एक साथ में हो जाएंगे, आपको कुछ भी तकलीफ नहीं होगी। मंगल केतु की युति किसको नड़ती है? दोज हु आर नॉन स्पिरिचुअल। If you are a spiritual person, if you are doing spiritual sadhana, Mangal Ketu Yuti is the most useful time for you. तो जो लोग ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया करना चाहते हैं या तो जानते हैं, उनके लिए अति उत्तम समय है। ओके, इसके लिए हमने ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया का प्रोग्राम बनाया है और गुरुमा will post the details in the chat box, those who are interested. Okay, already 6-7 people have joined just because we announce in few groups only. But this is the first time I'm talking about it that we are announcing because of this special time. And those who are interested, they can learn. It's a low cost program. Normally my programs are high cost, but this is because it's emergency and right time, I'm announcing it at pretty low cost. So you can see the details and all and register if you want. Those who want to learn, those who are serious about it, because a lot of people want it. Already some people have joined and we have created a new group. People have been added. Those who already made the payments and all, formalities are completed. I have added them to the new group. Okay. Now, you can start learning. Okay. Right now. Listen very carefully. I'm starting Urdhva Retas Kriya program right now. And this is also getting recorded. So those who are going to miss, we are going to put it on LMS and all. Okay. So let us start understanding what is Urdhva Retas Kriya. The word Retas that I have written in English, okay, it comes from the Sanskrit root, Rit. Rit se Rutu, Rit se Rigved, Rit se Rishi, Ru, Rit. The original word Rit means the essence of life. शुक्र को भी रित कहते हैं, वीर्य को भी रित कहते हैं. रित इज द एसेंस ऑफ लाइफ. तो वीर्य की शक्ति को ऊपर उठाना मूलाधार से और स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करना. ऊर्ध्व मीन्स ऊपर की ओर उठाना, ऊपर की ओर गति करना. रेतस मीन्स रित मीन्स वीर्य. वीर्य की शक्ति को ऊपर उठाना और आध्यात्मिक एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करना, आध्यात्मिक शक्ति में कन्वर्ट करना. इस विधि को ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया का नाम दिया गया. बहुत पुराना है, 10,000 साल पहले भी लोग करते थे. भगवान शिव ने दी हुई साधना है ये. और 2 तरीके से की जाती है. एक तरीका है सन्यासी का, कि आप क्रिया और ध्यान करके अपनी सेक्सुअल एनर्जी को स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी में ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकते हो. सन्यासी का, ऑन योर ओन, विदाउट योर पार्टनर, यू कैन डू दैट. दूसरा रास्ता है गृहस्थियों का. So those who are married, those who have a partner, through certain exercises which you do with your partner, if you do it in a certain manner, you can experience the healing aspect of sex. You can experience the energetic equations of sex. You can experience spiritual energy through sex. So there is a method of Urdhva Retas which is for the householder. If you cooperate with your partner in a loving manner and if you do certain experiments, this very sexual experience can lead you to sexual transcendence by conversion of Virya Shakti, the sexual energy, to spiritual energy. A very, very interesting, very important thing. Now, why all the spiritual people give a lot of importance to this? The reason is most of the people are born again and again. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jataresayanam. This happens. Soul comes back repeatedly to the body, basically because of two, three things. The first is the food. To enjoy the food, you need body. So people who have the extremely strong attachment to the food, they will be reborn because they want the body to enjoy the food. Second is money power, purchasing power. It's called kanchan, means gold, attraction to gold. Gold attraction to the extent that gold means money. Earlier there used to be gold coins. So kanchan here means money, means buying power, fulfilling your desires, all the desires, using money, using gold. That's called kanchan. That is the desire. You have many desires which you need to fulfill. To fulfill the desires in the modern world, you need money. So attachment and obsession to money becomes the root cause of punarjanma for a soul, rebirth for a soul. But these two, food and money, are easier to transcend. The most dangerous, the third one, is the sexual energy. See, if you have crossed 50 years, the latest survey shows that couples who have crossed 50, their sexual life is almost zero, negligible. And this is not my survey. This was done by an agency, or it appeared in Times of India, big way. It's a very big survey, genuine survey. And I agree, because I do a lot of couple counseling, sex counseling in India as well. Couples who have crossed 50, the sex life is almost negligible. 60, 65 onward, hardly anything. Zero, almost zero. And this is perfectly fine. Okay. We were talking about Rita. Retas. Rit comes from Rutu. Rutu means Rutu Chakra. You see, in the word menstruation, there's a man. What is man doing there in menstruation? There's one more word. Menopause. What is man doing there? That is the message. Pause. Enough. You have enjoyed enough. Now have a pause. Okay, that's what menopause. So this language, the words are also giving you the indication enough is enough. How long you are going to do the nonsense? Okay. But you see, why this Urdhva Retas? Let's understand the beauty of the whole thing. No criticism of any kind. Your body says you had enough. See, in the ladies, it is menopause. Very well known. But in male members, not very well known, there's something called andropause, which is similar to menopause. It's called andropause. And your body gives the signal, enough is enough, stop. But you see, if you have not enjoyed good sex life, your mind wants, you have sexual thoughts. Especially when you sit for meditation, you will have sexual thoughts. Occasionally, suddenly the thought comes, sexual impulses, they come into the body. And it's absolutely normal. Your mind has that thought. Your body is not capable of functioning properly. This is the condition of a common man who has crossed 50 years of age, and this will lead to guaranteed rebirth. Because your sexual satisfaction has not happened, and you will do it in the next janma, next lifetime. So you will need the body. So punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam cycle continues. You cannot transcend the circle of birth and death. The solution to this very fundamental problem is in Urdhva Retas Kriya. So Urdhva Retas Kriya helps you to transcend your sexual desires, your mental thoughts about sexuality on your own. If you want, without the partner, even if you are married, you can do the process on your own and transcend. Or if you are sexually active and your partner is cooperative, then with the partner also, both of you can do certain experiments and transcend this. Why we should go for it? Because That is the right way to transcend the sexuality and get liberated. All that I'm doing, all my programs are only for liberation. My mission is to help people liberate. So this is a very, very important aspect. Now, Mangal Ketu, the planet of sex and the planet of spirituality, together for 50 days. What a wonderful opportunity for all of us to do spiritual sadhana, to do Urdhva Retas Kriya and get liberated. This is a time to get enlightened. The best time for the spiritual seekers, my dear friend. See, there may be few more war fronts opening up. Okay. There may be lot more bombing, missiles, and all that. But that's happening on the border. If you are fighting on the border, then you can't practice what I'm telling you. But if you are sitting in your drawing room at the same seat, watching at the same TV, same news, and wasting your energy through your anxieties, worries, and all, then it's better to do Urdhva Kriya and transcend. You may not get similar chance again in your lifetime because Mars Ketu do not meet in Leo every now and then. It comes after every 30, 40 years, if you see the calculations. I think this time it's coming after 38 years. So those who have crossed 50, 60 may not get the chance again. 50 days, the most important days for us to do transcendence of sexual energy to spiritual energy. So let's start learning. Okay, even though this is intro, this is the first class. All of you give attention to what I'm telling you. This is the first lesson that you will learn. This I will give you the understanding. See, in Kriya Yoga, there is a chakra system. Kriya Kundalini Yoga, that is the right word. I got these lessons directly from Avatar Babaji in July 2000. So many people think that Kriya Yoga is very old and outdated. No, my dear friends. The Kriya Yoga that I am teaching is the most modern. It came to me in July 2000 and Urdhva Retas Kriya came to me about some 7 years back. Okay. Around 2018-19, I learned this Kriya and then I taught to quite a few people and we got extremely good results. So as a scientist, I do the research and I ask for the feedback to the people and people have transcended sex through the Kriya. It's very powerful, very useful, very simple to practice. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay, everybody can learn. You can learn online also. Last time because of the corona, I had to teach online. It was not offline. I think I have never taught Urdhva Retas Kriya offline. We never had a program. We never had a chance to do that. But because of this Mangal Ketu Yuti, I think we have a very good chance. We'll do it online again. Online because we are traveling to US on 13th. So after settling there, we'll start the classes early as possible. So let's start today. Today, even though it's an intro, basically I wanted to talk, but it's like we are starting the class. Let's understand the very fundamental of Urdhva Retas Kriya through chakra system. See, what is a chakra? It's an energy vortex. Chakras, plural, is energy vortices. At every chakra, there is a conversion of energy. At Muladhara, it represents the energy is a sexual energy. We are all born out of sex. Each cell of our body is sexual in nature. And this sexual energy is also known as a Kundalini Shakti. With a 3.5 turn coil like a serpent, is lying in your Muladhara chakra in the dormant format. The same energy, when start rising, it is called the kinetic form of the energy, and that is what the Kundalini awakening is all about. So at Muladhara, it is a sexual energy. If the energy moves to next chakra, which is the Swadhisthana chakra, at Muladhara, it is the earth element, Swadhisthana, it is the Jal Tattva, water element. In Swadhisthana, it becomes the emotional energy. These 50 days, if your Kundalini has moved to Swadhisthana, you will see lots of emotional drama. And that emotional drama will be disturbing the environment of the home. You will see children throwing more tantrum in these 50 days. Every household will have more emotional drama during this time because impulsiveness and headlessness coming together. And the energy is raised only to the Swadhisthana chakra, which is a Jal Tattva. It represents the emotional body. So emotional body becomes active. Lots of emotional dramas will be there. But if you raise it further, it goes to the Manipur chakra. Manipur chakra is the seat of ego, ambition, drive, accomplishment, achievement, achievement motivation, achievement orientation. All that comes from the Manipur chakra. So if your Kundalini has awakened and gone to Manipur chakra, then this ego, ambition, impulsiveness will be very much there. So suppose wife is operating through Swadhisthana and husband is operating through Manipur. 100% trouble. 100% guaranteed trouble. Both are incomplete. One will have emotional tantrum, one will have ego, ambition, anger. Anger also is represented by Manipur, fire element, right? Swadhisthana is Jal Tattva, Manipur is Agni Tattva, Mangal is Agni Tattva, Ketu is Agni Tattva, Leo is Agni Tattva. So people who are operating for Manipur will have a big trouble, too much of fire. So people who are getting, those who are short-tempered, they get into the angry mode fast, will have a lot of troubles this time. Okay. The best thing is you raise your energy to the heart. You operate from love. Now this is a good level. Heart is the middle center. 3 chakras below, 3 chakras above. It's a center point. That's where you settle your Kundalini Shakti. Once it goes up through the Sahasrara, then you bring it back and settle it into the heart. All the Sufi masters, they settle their Kundalini into the heart. They become very loving people. All spiritual masters, they know the trick of how to settle the Kundalini in the heart. So you can raise it above or you can go below and it's free flowing energy. You start operating from love. Your responses will be full of love. If Kundalini goes further up from Anahat chakra, heart chakra to throat chakra, Vishuddhi chakra. Anahat chakra, air is the element. Vishuddhi, space is the element. Vishuddhi gives you very good speech. Your speaking power will increase, your communication will improve, assertiveness will be there, loving assertiveness will be there, voice quality will improve, singers will enjoy it more if the Kundalini raises to the Vishuddhi chakra. Space element is there, which means you start enjoying meditation. And your communication will sort out lots of issues. So at every chakra, the transformation is happening. So what is sexual energy at Muladhara has become the energy of speech in throat chakra or Vishuddhi chakra. If it goes further high, it goes to the third eye chakra, Agya chakra. Agya means the power of command. You can throw a thought. You can command yourself. You can command your mind. And internal command will reflect outside. So you can command your team. Agya means command. Okay. And you start commanding your life. You get knowledge, the power of third eye. There are 400 different powers mentioned in scriptures. 400 different powers. Okay. Our children who are midbrain activated, they use this third eye power. They read with the blindfold. Wonderful things they do. Okay. They can see through the body. They can tell you your sugar level. If there's a stone in the kidney, many of our kids are able to tell that. So these are all the power of third eye. So you get the knowledge, you get the powers, all that is related to third eye. But the real Kundalini awakening should go above through the Sahasrara, through the Brahmarandhra. It should cross the Sahasrara and go above the head. Then it is called perfect Kundalini awakening. At the Sahasrara, you connect to the whole of the universe and you get the spiritual insights, you get spiritual understanding, and your energy, which is sexual in nature at Muladhara, has converted into the spiritual energy. So this process from Muladhara to Sahasrara, conversion of energy from sexuality to spirituality, can be done with your partner through the sexual engagement, which is Tantra sex, or It can be done on your own, which is through Kriya and meditation. So Urdhva Retas Kriya, I'll be teaching you both the methodology. If you are a householder, if you are sexually active, you want to go through the sexual aspect, you can do that. Or if you want to go on your own without the partner, that also you can do. So transcendence of sex, which will lead to genuine celibacy. The sexual thought will not bother you. The sexual impulses will not bother you. Okay? And that is the way to transcend the sex. So Urdhva Retas Kriya is all about transcendence of sexuality, get liberated, so you don't have to come to this planet Earth again. This time, the last time. No more coming, no more going. The job of the planet Earth as a classroom to teach this lesson of Kamini and Kanchan is over. So you get liberated and you are free. When your energy is free flowing, you are a liberated person. That's called Jivan Mukti. So when you get to the level of Jivan Mukti, what it means is your Kundalini Shakti is free flowing. You can bring it to any chakra anytime and you can use it, your energy, you can use in a right manner. See, for a common man who has got no control over sexual energy, those boys or the girls, they waste their very important, powerful sexual energy in a useless way. We call it as masturbation. But if you learn Urdhva Retas Kriya and you know the conversion of the energy, same sexual energy, instead of wasting, if you raise it upward, it can do a magic to your life. If it comes to the heart, you become very loving. You become a very good leader. Come to throat, you become a very good speaker. But if passes through the Brahmarandra, crosses the Sahasrara, all the spiritual qualities come to you. So total conversion of energy from sexual energy to the spiritual energy happens and you become a spiritual person. You operate from the level of awareness and understanding. See, today many seekers are getting stuck with the organizations and they do what is known as the Popatpandi. So organization give them the manual. The teachers, they read the manual and they have to follow. Spiritual masters do not follow such things. A real spiritual master will operate from his own awareness and understanding and will do something which is appropriate. The real spiritual seeker or a real spiritual master does not get stuck with the puppet panthi following other people's manuals and teaching. That is a teacher's job. Okay? Nothing wrong. We need those teachers also. That's not the spiritual way. Spiritual master gets rooted into appropriateness. Mangal Ketu Yuti is there, even though I had one meeting yesterday. I thought it is appropriate to launch one more meeting. More people have joined. 60 people are there right now. You see, you do something appropriate which is helpful to people. That's good. Who told you that you can't do meeting every day? You can do. If it is necessary, you do. Otherwise, you don't waste people's time, right? So there's nothing like a rules and regulations. Spiritual intelligence is rule making, rule breaking intelligence. You make your rule, you break your rule, you make your new rules, and it's alive, it's streaking, it's growing. You can ask the questions. So in Bhagavad Gita, many times it comes Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna is asking question to Lord Krishna. A real spiritual person allows you to ask the questions. There is no ego that my understanding is the ultimate understanding. No, you can ask the question. And the spiritual person is willing to amend the ways, make it more appropriate. Things flow. ये ज्ञान की गंगा है, फ्रेश रहती है क्योंकि बदलते रहती है. समय स्थान काल के हिसाब से परिवर्तन होता है. That is the real essence of spirituality. Not getting stuck with the written manuals. Not doing papupanti with the written manuals. In the name of purity of the process, many people get stuck. It's stupidity in a way. So, my dear friends, I will teach you two things right now. Okay, the class has started. From tonight onward, I will teach you a very simple mudra which I had been practicing for many, many years now. Many, many years. Okay, I've forgotten since how many years I've been doing. Every night I sleep in a certain position. Okay, if I get awareness, I once again come back to the same position. There's a very, very simple method that converts the sexual impulse into the spiritual awareness. Very simple, ridiculously simple. Everybody can practice. You start practicing from tonight because this is also one of the major mudra that I'll be teaching you. I start teaching you right now. See, when you sleep at night, you will be sleeping on the back or left side or the right side, whichever way. No issue. What you do is you put your thumb inside and put your other four fingers on the thumb. Okay. And you put your hands wherever you want while sleeping. So once you are deep into the sleep, the mudra will open up naturally because your hands will have some, and you are unaware, you are deep into sleep. Doesn't matter. You will have good sleep. Sexual thoughts will not bother you because thumb is the fire element. You are controlling your fire. You need fire for the sexual activity. So you are controlling the fire, which means you are controlling your sexual energy. With awareness, if you sleep, that awareness and this mudra will help you transcend the sex because that converts the sexual energy into the spiritual energy. So very simple technique. Every night you sleep in this mudra and you see what happens. Okay. This is the mudra for celibacy, genuine celibacy. You will transcend the sexuality. You call it as Adi Mudra. There are various names in the scriptures. Where to keep the hands? Anywhere. You can put it on your chest or you can put it by side of your body. It depends how you are sleeping. Whichever position you are sleeping doesn't matter. Just have this Adi Mudra, which means put your thumb in the center of the palm and then four fingers covering the thumb and make the fist. That's it. Very simple. Everybody can understand. This mudra, the youngsters I have taught, those boys who have too much of wet dreams, this mudra will help them to control their sexual thought to a great extent. Because during the corona time, I counsel more than 50 children who are addicted to masturbation. They have nothing to do, no outside play. They will have their laptop, they see the porn and they masturbate. People got addicted. During corona, more than 50 boys, I helped them for de-addiction from the habit of masturbation. I'm telling you, for past 20 years, I've been doing sex education, sex counseling, couple counseling. This is the truth of corona time. Sitting at home, because there was no other entertainment, lots of youngsters got stuck with pornography. And all that comes along with that. So the spiritual person has to have a lot of compassion, non-judgmental attitude, help people. People need help everywhere. Urdhva, Retas, Kriya, you learn. If you are a counselor, if you are a sex educationist, you will understand the entire process, how to convert the sexual energy into something useful, something creative. I told you all the chakras, 7 chakras. At each chakra, it represents another energy. At Muladhara, it is sexual energy, but at Sahasrara, it becomes spiritual energy. At all different chakras, it represents other things. Swadhisthana, emotional energy. Manipur, achievement energy. Anahata, love energy. Vishuddhi, that is throat chakra, the power of speech, power of singing. At Agya, all the spiritual knowledge, spiritual powers. At Sahasrara, transcendence, liberation. So all the chakras now you understood. The whole idea is to raise the energy from Muladhara to Sahasrara. That is called Kundalini awakening process. So Kriya Kundalini Yoga deals with it in a manner This is the modern Kriya Yoga, which came to me from Avatar Babaji. The ancient Kriya Yoga that you learn in Yoga Satsang Society or so, in 1860, around that, 60 or 61, I don't remember exactly, but around 1860, it was given to Lahiri Mahashaya in that cave in Ranikhet by Babaji. So, how many years? Since 1860s, 1960s, 100 years, 2060, it will be 200 years. So, it's 2025, almost 170 years or so. But what I'm teaching came to me first time, 49 HB that I had been teaching came to me in July 2000. And Urdu Retas Kriya came from 6-7 years back. So this is the modern Kriya Yoga, suitable for the modern world and very, very useful, miraculous results. Lots of research, scientific research has been done. I remember last time we had a Kriya camp in Ashram, we were all doing that Karmakshalan Kriya. Within 2-3 days time, you can see when you are walking as if there is a spring in your shoes, As the pranic level increases, you feel you are floating. The knee pain, other things, everything gone. So when you raise your prana shakti, automatically there is a ojas, tejas on your face. And that brahmacharya palan, that gives you extraordinary aura. And that helps you to sustain your awareness and understanding. Otherwise, you can get easily carried away by the situation, by people around. You can come under the effect of other people's aura overpower. If your aura is strong, if you are maintaining celibacy, not the forced celibacy, I'm telling you, natural celibacy that arises out of your spiritual evolution, आध्यात्मिक उन्नति के साथ जो ब्रह्मचर्य अपने आप आता है, वो ब्रह्मचर्य आपको ओजस तेजस देता है, अवेयरनेस और अंडरस्टैंडिंग सस्टेन करने में मदद करता है, and you start operating out of appropriateness. Anybody can learn this process. Do you have to be married? No. If you are married and still staying away from your partner, you can do. If you are not married, you can do. If you are married but your partner is not around, you can do. If your partner is around, you can do. Any question now, you can ask. I have completed my teaching for the day. I taught you the mudra and I taught you the process of Kundalini awakening, crossing all the chakras. I will teach you one more meditation. Do we have time? Yes, we have time. I'll answer the questions also. You can punch in the chat box. I'll teach you one meditation that is a very powerful meditation for Urdhva Retas. Get into the witnessing mode. साक्षी भाव बेसिक कम से कम सीखना चाहिए लोगों. जैसे स्पिरिचुअल अपना जैसे सेक्सुअल थॉट आया या तो सेक्सुअल इंपल्स आया, keep watching. Create the distance in your consciousness. Keep watching. Don't involve yourself with the sexual thought. Don't put your energy into the sexual thought. Don't flow with the sexual thought. Don't run with the sexual thought. Just create a distance, step back and watch. This meditation over a period of time will help you not to get carried away by your sexual thoughts. Anybody can practice. Just practice the witnessing aspect. साक्षी भाव अगर आपको भीतर से जग गया, आप सीख गए, और कोई भी विचार आता, सेक्सुअल थॉट आता है, आप उसको साक्षी भाव से देखिए. वो करते करते जो एनर्जी लेके जाता है सेक्सुअल थॉट, then it gives you the horniness, it gives you the erections, just because it's very powerful. Sexual impulse is there. Okay. But I also want to warn you. See, whatever I'm telling you is good for the spiritual seekers, but I'm also a counselor. Nobody should feel guilty because of your sexual energy. All human beings are born out of sex. Every human being is sexual in nature, and there is nothing to criticize about the sexuality. It is something to be accepted. We are all born out of sex. See, I'm not asking you now, but I have asked this question to more than 200,000 people worldwide, and I did not find anybody. My idea was to interview somebody who is not born out of sex. जैसे मैंने कुछ शास्त्र पढ़े तो मैंने देखा कि द्रौपदी बोलती है कि यज्ञ कुंड में से बाहर निकली, सो ऑल्सो धृष्टद्युम्न। सो मुझे लगा कि आज के जमाने में कोई ऐसा होगा तो मुझे उसकी इंटरव्यू लेनी चाहिए। आज तक मुझे कोई नहीं मिला। अभी मैंने तो सवाल पूछना भी छोड़ दिया, बिकॉज ऑलमोस्ट एवरीबडी, नॉट ऑलमोस्ट, 100%, एवरीबडी इज born out of sex. I did not find anybody who is born out of yogic powers, who came out of Yajna Kund, okay, who just fell from the sky. Nothing of that. Nothing of that sort. Everybody is born out of sex. So we are all sexual beings, and there is nothing to criticize about the sexuality. Sexuality is very normal. So that's fine. There's nothing to criticize there. So one should not feel guilty about it. But at the same time, why to waste the energy? If you can convert into something better, why not? That opportunity is there. So Urdhva Retas Kriya actually teaches you the conversion of energy from sexuality to spirituality. All right. So the meditation, what is the meditation? Step back and watch the sexual thought. While doing that meditation also, if you are sitting for meditation and you sit in this mudra, Adi Mudra, okay, and keep watching. 1 hour morning, 1 hour evening, if you are doing, you are strengthening your muscles to control your sexual impulses. Over a period of time, you will not be bothered about the thoughts, not just sexual thought, any thought. The moment you step back, the thought has lost the power, you are deep into meditation. I hope all of you got it. Now the time for question answer. So let me see from the beginning if the questions have come. Tushar, is this good time for Karmakshalan? Yes, Karmakshalan through Urdhva Retas. Yes, Urdhva Retas is a wonderful Karmakshalan. Urdhva Retas is Karmakshalan. When you can convert your sexuality into spirituality, that is the ultimate Karmakshalan. So Urdhva Retas Kriya also is part of the Karmakshalan Kriya. It is Kriya Kundalini Yoga, conversion into Kundalini awakening. Sexual energy is converted into Kundalini awakening. Nirupam Das is asking, is there any age bar for this Kriya? Is it safe at higher age? Higher age, it is very safe. For the children who have not entered the puberty, they should not do. Okay? But those children whose hormones have become active, see what happens in the children's body, boy's body, testosterone level go high. So they start experiencing the sexual erection and they start getting the mustache, the hair will start coming and all the whatever normal puberty aspects are there. Those boys can also do, those girls can also do. The girls comes into menstruation and all, so which means they are sexually now ready and conversion is possible. So below puberty, not allowed. Higher side, Mr. Das has asked, higher side, no issue. Any age you can do. Yeah, widows can also do, why not? See, I told you, I'm teaching two ways. One is with partner, another is without partner. So if you don't have any male or female, if you don't have your sexual partner, you can do on your own. And even if you have your spouse, but not willing to participate, then जबरदस्ती नहीं करना, अपने हिसाब से भी कर लो, ठीक है? Even if somebody is married and the partner is not cooperative, that doesn't matter. You can do on your own also. But if partner is cooperative, well, you can do that way also. I will teach you both the methods. Any other question? Please ask. Is this online only? Yes, it is online only because we are traveling, so it's not offline program. It is only online program. This is a very wonderful way of looking at the life. For how long is the course? There will be 8 sessions once in a week, so 8 weeks, starting from 22nd June 2025, which is Sunday. So every Sunday we'll have one session. It will continue for 8 Sundays. In 8 Sundays, I will complete the whole syllabus, and there is a lot of practice live. Okay. During the program, we'll be practicing the Kriya, basic Kriya, advanced Kriya. and a lot more understanding. A lot of sex education is also there. Okay. So this is like a bridging program between, yesterday we talked about counseling workshop, level 1, level 2, and many of you registered. There is level 3, level 4 also. Level 3 is all about sex education, and level 4 is all about couple counseling, sex counseling. So those who are aiming at level 3, level 4 in future, whether you have done L1, L2 or not, you have opportunity to start. 28th June, we are starting a new batch of L1, L2. And those who have already done L1, L2, I know many of you have done L1, L2, either offline or online. You don't, you can do Urdhva Retas, which is a bridging between the L3, L4. So Urdhva Retas will anyway help you. See, for L4 program, I'm looking for genuinely mature audience, because sex counseling, couple counseling is not everybody's cup of tea. So how do I find mature audience? So you pass through the basic L1, L2, you learn basic counseling skills. Once you are comfortable counseling people, you don't get carried away by the emotionality of the people. You don't get carried away by the huge problem that they face and they share with you. You don't start crying with the counselee. Then you are a mature counselor. You are able to handle the counseling aspect. Okay. I'm telling you, it happens. One of our ladies, they learned counseling. And the first counseling camp, she had lost her husband. She wanted a grief counseling. Now, the trouble was, this lady also had lost her husband just a year back. And she started crying along with the counseling. Both were like, who is the counselor, who is counseling? Both were crying. Because both, it hit inside and created the same grief. The emotional reflex was there. And this can happen. I'm not criticizing the act. It can happen. We are all human beings. But a mature counselor will not get carried away by the problems of the counselee. So we are wanting the mature audience who can learn sex counseling, couple counseling. So you have to first have basically good knowledge of counseling. You should be mature enough to handle the subject. So this Urdhva Kriya program is in a way bridging the two. See, I will talk a lot about sex, and I'm doing for last 20 years, so I have no issue. But I will see your responses, whether you are able to handle the subject or not, whether you feel comfortable talking about sex or not. If you feel comfortable, then you will be admitted to level 3, level 4. And you can become a good couple counselor, sex counselor, because there's a huge need all over the world. Lots of issues are faced by couples everywhere in the world, but genuinely good couple counselor are very few. There's a big demand and there's a big need in the society. So my way of doing this program, during the program, I'll be checking whether I'm getting the mature audience that I want for the level 3, level 4 of the counseling program. Okay, right now we have Mr. Devasis Ganguly. Please unmute yourself and ask.
Guruji, good evening. Am I audible, Guruji?
Yes, audible.
Guruji, in one of the previous session, you had mentioned something about Khajurao and the upcoming book. So I just wanted to ask.
Book is not yet ready, but Khajuraho, we had 3-4 rounds personally, and we had a camp also at Khajuraho. A lot of people attended the camp at Khajuraho, 5-day camp. And we had an initiation of Urdhva Kriya inside the Khajuraho temple. गर्भगृह में बैठ के हमने सबको इनिशिएट किया था ऊर्ध्व क्रिया में, क्योंकि ऊर्ध्व क्रिया खजुराहो में सिखाई जाती थी। और दोनों टाइप का, जैसे कपल्स के लिए भी और सिंगल सन्यासी के लिए भी, दोनों बातें सिखाई थी हमने। और बड़ी डिटेल में 5 दिन की कैंप हुई थी खजुराहो में, और बड़ी डिटेल में हमने ये सब सिखाया था। ओके गए। वो जो किताब है वो अभी तक किताब आई नहीं है। दैट्स माय ड्रीम। ओके, आई हैव टाइटल एज कामसूत्रा पार्ट 2, which is with a lot of scientific research that has happened. Old Kamasutra is good, but the knowledge that we have right now with the modern research and much higher. So Kamasutra part 2 is the book which I'm aiming to write. I have the original sutras. Let me tell you, very few people know. Most of the youngsters who buy Kamasutra after marriage, they refer it only for the posture. So most of the people have this idea that Kama Sutra has only the postures. No, my dear friend. Original text of Kama Sutra is something like Bhagavad Gita, which has got more than 700 slokas. It's a very sacred text. It's all about sacred sex. 700 sutras. And my idea was to write a commentary on those 700 sutras and give it a modern interpretation with all my 20 plus years of experience in sex counseling. So Devasis, it's on the way.
Fantastic.
Maybe this year, with the help of some volunteers, we'll start working because it's a huge task. So I need some help. So after this Urdu Retas, those who are really keen to work with me on the book project, I will select them depending on the maturity level. Everybody cannot even assist for the book because knowledge is very deep, very sacred. Devasis saying insightful and very much needed, highly misinterpreted talk. That's exactly why I need a mature audience. मैं कुछ बताऊंगा, अपने ईमानदारी से बताऊंगा, कुछ अपने भले के लिए बताऊंगा. कुछ लोग इमेच्योर आ गए क्लास में, उल्टा सुल्टा समझ लिया, गड़बड़ किया. Bad. That's not the right audience. That's why I'm looking for some genuinely good, mature people who are ready for this kind of learning. Okay? खजुराहो में उस टाइम पे हजारों लाखों लोग थे, पूरी पूरी कम्युनिटीज थी who were practicing Urdhva Retas Kriya with a partner. इसीलिए आप देखिए खजुराहो के टेम्पल में सभी टाइप के पोस्चर्स है, सब टाइप की बातें हैं. ओके, मैंने खुद ने बहुत फोटोग्राफी की, बहुत बार की है, बहुत अच्छे अच्छे पिक्चर्स लिए मैंने खुद ने. तो वो एक लाइव लिविंग कम्युनिटी था, बिग वेट, अराउंड 2000-3000 इयर्स बैक. पूरी पूरी कम्युनिटीज के सारे लोग लिबरेट हो जाते थे थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ ऊर्ध्व रेतस क्रिया. सैयारी साधना बोलते हैं इसको गुजराती में. सैयारी मीन्स टू डू इट विथ योर पार्टनर. हस्बैंड वाइफ मिलके जो प्रोसेस करते थे, दैट्स व्हाई ऑल दोस पोस्चर्स एंड एवरीथिंग इज देयर, एंड दैट लीड्स टू ट्रांसेंडेंस. ये स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी की बात है, ये पोर्नोग्राफी नहीं है. इसलिए हम इसको टेम्पल आर्ट कहते हैं. ओके, खजुराहो इज अ टेम्पल आर्ट, इट्स नॉट द पोर्नोग्राफी. सो वो एक सेक्रेट सेंस जो है वो आनी चाहिए और एक सही मैच्योर एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए, तो कोई भी सीख सकता है. ऑल राइट, so with that note we end. If anybody has question, last chance, raise your hand, unmute and ask. Otherwise I welcome all of you to join the class Urdhva Retas. All the details are posted on the chat box right now, but the moment I switch off, the chat box will go away. All these details are available on Telegram group. So if you want one point contact, join us Om Prem Sangha on Telegram, where all the Zoom links will be available. In the future, you can see all the past links also you can see. So it's not like a WhatsApp group. If you join Telegram group today, you'll be able to see the past postings also. If you join the WhatsApp group today, you'll be able to see only what I post afterward. What I have already posted before, you cannot see. But on Telegram, you can see that also. So one point contact, Om Prem Sangha Telegram. All the details about registration, payment, credit card payment link, everything is provided, and that will take care of you. If you still have any problem in registration, you can send me a personal message, direct message on WhatsApp or Telegram. Whenever time permits, I will look into that and help you. Okay, fine. So nobody is having any questions, so we'll end the meeting. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.